G'day everyone. Welcome to the Sunny Coast very own podcast called The Referral Wave. My name's Tony Cross, and by day I've got a business called Drive Connect Car Brokers out of the BNI Business Sunrise chapter. But today I'm with Janice from Team JP. Welcome along.
Thanks, Tony. Excited to be here.
Fantastic.
Second take.
Yeah.
Second take.
Look, it
Tell the
doesn't matter.
story. Tell the story.
Hey,
Tell
all
the
right,
story.
we can tell it. Okay, so we did Janice's podcast this morning, and at the end I said to Janice, all right, well, you'll have to watch it on YouTube. And she's like, what? There's video? I haven't done my hair, probably haven't done this. I thought you looked quite fine, to be honest. But anyway,
Anyway, happy to be back. Thank you.
part two. We'll go through it again. We'll get better answers this time, not that we had bad ones.
Absolutely. We had a good practice run.
Righto, first up, let's go through business. Team JP. I said in the previous one I'd met the other half of Team JP, Pedals, but tell us about your story.
So Pedals and I have been a team for 9 years, February. So actually 9 years now. So 10 years in 9, 10, where we're at. But we've been a team, best of friends, polar opposites, nothing alike. So she's like the bookwork girl, the finance girl. I trust her 100%. And I'm the like chat, chat, chat. I'm the person that chats to everyone. We call her the door, in inverted commas, the door bitch at an open home, because ultimately everyone remembers the name Pedals, which works for us. It's a good marketing strategy. And then I'm the person inside spinning the story. So I'm the person telling the lifestyle, and it just works for us. It's fabulous. And we love what we do. We're very passionate, absolutely love the job that we do.
Yeah, the dynamic duo and super competitive.
Very competitive, like winning always. I mean, we like to win. Yeah, we're no quitters, and we will not give up on a house. If the market's slow, we've been around in good times and bad times. And if the market's slow, we're never going to quit. And we don't list properties to drop prices. We go in and say, this is a fair price. This is what we believe we'll achieve. And we do that or above is our goal.
Yeah, how refreshing. Now let's talk about you joining BNI. Now, Pedals has been in BNI for a while. You have been around BNI for a very long time, but you're in the newest chapter on the Sunny Coast. It's only been going for a few months. Tell us a little bit about that.
So part of BNI Elite, I wasn't even on the radar to join a chapter. I've tried a couple of times in the last 5 years. 2 chapters invited me and then rejected me. And I don't cope with rejection very often. And I said to Pedals, I'm never joining another chapter after 2 rejected me. And honestly, I don't cope with rejection. So they invited me and I said, well, I'll apply on the condition that I'm guaranteed entry. And they said, well, we want you, we're asking you. So anyway, I'm part of the team and excited to be part of the tribe, as we call it, at BNI in Elite. And I think they're just a nice fit. And what's great about it is everyone's young and fresh and a little bit naive. There's a few people that have been in BNI before, but the great part is I'm going to watch people's businesses transform by the BNI connections that they make. And that's the most exciting part.
Yes. Yeah, I visited down there the other day and you've got a great group of people. Some people have been in before and moved interstate, things like that. But yeah, so great group. You guys will go really, really well down there. Can you tell us a bit about how you use BNI to enhance your networking?
Really, for us, we know we're known in our game really as the go-to girls. And I love the fact that 6, 7 years later, we get a call from an owner that bought from us and they said, can you send us your latest trade list? So traditionally for about 7, 8 years now, we've given our clients a trade list. So that trade list really is the people in BNI that we love, and that whether that's in our chapter, a different chapter, or people that have come and gone in our life. We're very loyal to the people in our group, but ultimately that person has to connect with us. They don't get automatic on the list. And if they're not our vibe and not our tribe, they won't hit the list. So at the end of the day, we also have people that will never join BNI that are very good businesses that might be the right fit. And one of those business might be Inner Wolf, who supply dog food, who happens to be a very close friend of ours who's bought and sold 3 properties with us. So if they've made a difference to our life and we know they'll make a difference to someone else's life, then we help people. So for us, it's the trusted trade list that we do is probably one of my favorite things that we have as a result of being in BNI.
Yeah, fantastic. And I have heard of the list before, obviously, but what a great value add to your business, but also to the members of your chapter and other chapters.
Yeah.
And because both yourself, I know that you're new, but you're already doing lots and lots of referrals, and Pedals has been the best, if not still is the best one of the referrers on the coast. So
Not for long. Not for long.
here we go. It's on already. Um, but you guys, that's a great value add, isn't it? And a great
Yeah,
way to
absolutely.
showcase the network that you have.
Absolutely. I mean, it was lovely this week. I got a call from a guy called Darcy, we didn't have a handyman in our chapter a few months ago. So Darcy's in a Budrum chapter. We've been giving him loads of work, and he just rang me and he said, "Thank you for adding me to your list," which was months ago because that person's got the old list. And he said, "I've got so much work from Jan at Pacific Haven in Battery Hill, and so many of the trades in BNI have gained work from her because she trusts us." And she
Yeah.
manages 90 townhouses. So
Geez.
she uses so many people in BNI. Where her trust of our referral list are her trusted trades.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So given you've got that trade list and access to all these different people around the place, how have you used that to help solve problems in your world or business or anything like
Yeah,
that?
really, I guess. I mean, prime example, we had Bonnie who was in our chapter, and her uncle was caring for his mother who was in her 90s, and literally got a suitcase, picked it up and walked out of the house. And they hadn't really been living in his house for about 15 years. So he's been commuting, FIFO, been away, caring for his mum who he needed to care for. And he was like a single guy. So he would have been in his 70s, literally got a bag, picked it up and walked away. So we could ring Kate, our stylist. Kate also was almost like a hoarder clean, so cleaned out the house. She even sold and gave away most of his furniture. And then we got Aaron in from Anderson's at Caloundra. He came in and he did all the flooring. Then we get the handyman in to do the handyman work. And then we get the electrician in, the BNI electrician in to do the smoke alarm certificate, and then we get someone else in to do the lawn. So the amount of people, and then the removalist in when we needed to, but we would have had, 10 or so trades from BNI. And the fact is that we met with him, we were on the market within a week, multiple offers, so much money that he actually said to us, "I don't know what to do with this money." But at the end of the day, we far exceeded his expectation, and we couldn't have done that with the help of the trades. And our stylist was a very big part of that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And again, just goes to prove that what that network can do for you. And you're
The
trusting those people. If you're ringing them,
conveyancing.
they're coming to do the
Oh,
right work.
absolutely. And I mean, the conveyancing, they made it simple. They went to his house if they needed to. Just everything was simple as a result.
Yeah, good. You sort of led on to the next bit, which is, do you have a standout story? But I'm sure you've got other
Yeah.
ones.
I think my favorite one is we in Pedals' chapter, they had a big visitor day, big drive, and they got visitors. So a guy called Taylor, who's still a BNI member on the coast, he's a landscape gardener sort of guy, but he came along and invited his mum. Like no intention for his mum to join, but he wanted his mum to see what he did every Tuesday morning. So his mum comes along. She was a beautician. I started to go to her and got to know her over a period of about a year. We always talked real estate because she was very passionate about it. And then one day, out of the blue, never expected it, never even talked about it before. She rang me and said, "Can you sell my husband's mum's house?" We went, "Sure." And then it was like, "Can you sell this investment, that investment, and our principal place?" So we sold 4 houses for them last year. And you can imagine for that was more than $100,000 in income as a result of a visitor coming to BNI. And then
That's
all of the work that came off that, including building inspections, smoke alarm certificates, and all the work, the cleaners, all the work that came off that, and the amount of people it crossed paths with was pretty amazing.
So that gets back to one of your core values, is that relationship building, isn't it? And one of my questions here is, what's your favorite core value? Would that be it, building
Definitely
relationships?
relationships. I mean, Pedals and I wouldn't have the successful business we have today without the relationships that we've made in BNI and the fact that we make an effort. I mean, it's hard. I mean, the fact that we've been a team for 9 years, average 50 houses a year. So we cross paths with, that's 900 families that we've met in our business together. But it's amazing how many times you run into someone and they'll text you, "Who's the plumber?" But rather than just sending them the plumber, we email them a trade list and then we'll drop it in their letterbox with a little notebook and a magnet from us. So it's in their face. And the amount of times even in BNI Lake recently, we gave someone our plumber and now he said, oh, can you do something for me? He was actually at my client's house, not even realizing that he'd got it from us. And
Yeah.
then it all sort of happens. So I
Yeah.
think because we are generous in giving out the trades, not just the day they move in, but 2 and 3 and 4 years later, because we like people and we want to help them.
Yeah. Let's talk about the slow burn and the pickup within BNI. We had
Yeah,
this discussion before, and I
yeah,
want to go back.
absolutely. I
Want
think
to go back to that.
it was an interesting scenario that I was having a conversation with someone recently who's joined our chapter. Well, I was having a conversation with someone in our chapter that was sort of saying, I haven't got anything from BNI. I've been coming for months now and I haven't got anything. And you know what? It never actually crossed my mind that I haven't got anything. People have thrown me a couple of leads. They haven't been successful and they might be in the months and years to come. But at the end of the day, I'm turning up every week. I go every week. I don't miss a week. And I'm going to the social events. Even if I'm busy, exhausted, I'm making the effort with everyone in that group. And I think those that aren't and won't succeed in BNI are what Pedals and I joke about in the car regularly when we're driving. We call them the 90-minute members. So
Yeah.
they turn up for the meeting and they're usually the people that are late. They leave early. They don't do anything. They don't try and help people. And they miss meetings with no subs. And I think you need to be present, which we talked about this week at BNI. But if you're not present and you're not in someone's face and you don't make an effort to do one-to-ones, then you won't succeed. If someone's just turning up, they're not going to succeed.
Well, yeah, you're right. And that rolls into the accountability space too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I'm going there, in our chapter, we've got 30 people. So I'm going there to tell the other 29 people in the room about what I'm up to, what referral I'm looking for, X, Y,
absolutely.
Z. But I'm also accountable to be there as part of their sales team as well, and
Absolutely.
to listen to what they're after or what they need help with so that I can do that at the same time. And
Yeah.
it's quite funny. I was doing a podcast with Guy from Rugs and Rats before we just started this one. He said one of his favorite things is looking at his phone and looking at his thank you for closed business given. And he always wanted to break that 100K mark, which he's done now. Right.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's what it's all about. Yes, you look there, and that number should always be greater than what you're getting in return, right?
Yeah. And for Pedals and I, and I've been throwing things in her app for 9 years now. And our most successful year, we gave 350,000 in referrals.
Yeah.
So that's how much we gave. We got a little less than that, but we weren't too far behind. So that's 1 year in BNI. It's a chunk of our business. Life is
Yes.
good. Life is good.
Yeah, yeah. Good when you're surrounded by like-minded people.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I had a meeting recently with Matters Magazine, and it was an interesting meeting because we were talking about doing some advertising, which we're going to be in the upcoming issue. But I was sitting there and we were having this meeting about whether we're going to do it. And it was interesting because he said that I need this person, that person, that person. And I got my phone and I just shared 6 contacts with him. And he said, you're doing this right now. I said, well, if it's in my head, I'll do it now. And I think the power of a one-to-one, whenever I have a one-to-one with someone, no one leaves with no short of half a dozen referrals instantly. And when we have a one-to-one, they're in my face and they're in their face and then I'm on the ball. Whereas if someone's not in your vision, they're not there. Like when we get we've got a new carpet cleaner about to join our group. I've got a very tight network of agents I'm close to. I'll instantly go, this is your carpet cleaner. This is what we want to do.
Yeah, well, we did that when we caught up this morning.
Yes,
We were texting each other phone numbers in the discussion we were having afterwards.
absolutely.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a bit like you. I can walk away and go, right, now I'm onto this, or the phone will ring or something take me away from it. But if I'm having a one-to-one, I'm normally like flicking people.
Yeah, and I'm not playing on my phone. I'm genuinely sharing
Yeah,
contacts, and I've got 6,500 contacts in my phone.
yeah, this one.
Yeah,
Arby does a great. I don't know if you've ever been to one of Arby's Pareto Club things, but he talks about inviting visitors and stuff like that. He gets people to pull out their phones and see how many contacts they got.
yeah.
But he
He did
leads
that
people
to
in.
me. He
He
said,
leads people into it. He goes, "Who's got me?" And the people are going, "I've got 1,000. I got 2,000." Someone like Neil Connolly goes, "I got 10,000." He goes, "Well, how come you can't get a visitor?"
I know, exactly. It's not hard. I don't find visitors hard because I never push them to come. And I think if you don't push them to come and they just go, I said, look, if you want to grow your business, come. But if you don't want to grow it, keep doing what you're doing. Like I'm not pushing anyone. They have to genuinely want to come. I mean, and that's it really.
I say to people all the time, and even being a DC up at Focus, is don't, yes, you've got to invite visitors to join. I know that's how it works, but don't have that mindset. invite visitors along that you think will get something out of your chapter.
Absolutely.
I invited a surgeon mate along to our chapter, ended up with a gardener, a new banker, like ended up with all these things, and he's never been back since. But now he knows that I'm the guy where he needs something. He goes, hey, in your group, have you got one of these?
Oh,
Right?
I've got so many clients like that and say, who do you do for this? Who do you do for that? I mean, I would get 10 calls a week. Who do we use for that, Janice? And we just help people. And I think that's what we like more than anything. And I think when we meet someone at an open home, ultimately we know they're new, because when you walk in, you know a local to a newbie to the
Yeah.
coast. They walk in with a handbag, they're from Brisbane or Sydney, but we know who's who in the zoo. And it's quite funny because we'll say to them, do you need a trade list? And they go, what do you mean? Well, when you come, you need to work with people that you trust. Give me your email address and I'll send it to you now. So we've
Yeah.
now got to the point that in our info packs, which we use our CRM, we've actually started to include our trade list that we can share it on the spot at the open home.
Mm.
And we always have
Fantastic.
them printed in our car that we'll just drop it in someone's letterbox. And obviously when they buy and sell, they get that as well.
So, I mean, that's givers gain to people you don't even know. Like that's givers gain outside of BNI, and it's the same principle, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're handing them that. And then I think we were talking earlier, there was one woman that didn't end up buying a house off you, I don't think, but you
Yeah,
helped her out.
On Saturday,
Yeah.
she met us 4 months ago at a house. She said, you're the only people that actually, one, followed up after your open home, constantly tried to help me, happy to guide me with what I was buying. And she was about to buy a house in a street opposite Mosquito Heaven. And she was paying 100 grand over price. And we just said, stop, don't buy this house. And she goes, what would happen if I didn't have you in my corner? She said, if we didn't have you girls in my corner, we wouldn't have not got the right Airbnb. And people ring us for random stuff. Like,
Yeah.
where would you buy your fridge from? Like, it's not just real estate stuff. They ring us for everything. And
Yeah.
trust me, we'll have car business to give you now that I know more about you.
Hey, right. Power of a one-to-one, right?
Absolutely.
Got to have a good one-to-one.
Yeah.
So look, what's next for Team JP? Now I know you girls, you're going to say holiday, I don't know that, but what's next? You ladies have work
Just
hard and play
always-
hard. But
Yeah, work hard, play hard. At the end of the day, no intention to grow the team. We get asked every other week, can I join your team? Will you coach me? Can I start with you? And then I'll go out on my own. Honestly, we're both OCD. We had a PA, she sacked us. We didn't sack her because we couldn't give her enough work because we were OCD and couldn't take control. So for us, we're very happy. Goal is to sell one house a week. We last year did 53. We're a little short this year, but at the end of the day, the market's gone up. The market's been harder. 3 new listings next week, 11 under contract today, which are due to settle in the next 6 weeks. So life is good. But at the end of the day, we don't letterbox drop. We don't do anything that normal agents do. Subsequently, we have a podcast called Not Your Normal Agent. And ultimately, as a result of that, we aren't normal. We do things a little differently to most.
yeah, fantastic. That's good to hear. And I cracked at you last time for advertising your own podcast on my podcast, but that's fine. We can do some
Absolutely.
cross-referencing.
Absolutely.
But look, again, and as always, Janice, it's great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Fantastic to have you on. I love the way you ladies go about your business and both full of energy. I come down there the other Wednesday morning and the two, I got double barrel. I got both
I
of you.
know. We finish each other's sentences and people just go, oh my God. And we have to sort of say, it's not an unusual thing that we say we're not a couple. We're both married with children. Sometimes, we honestly spend more time together than we do with our own families because, I think we've had 3 weeks of working 7 days a week, Sunday open homes. We had 10 groups through an open home on Sunday, which we love. If you love what you do, you're not working every day of your life.
That's correct. What a dedicated agency to take your business to. So how do we find out about your websites, phone numbers?
teamjp.com.au, Janice and Pedals. Pedals is pretty easy to remember if you need to find her. We love what we do. Come to Powerhouse, come to Elite. We love the chapters and we like meeting new people. And we conjunct with everyone. We love other agents and love working with buyers agents and everyone.
Fantastic. It's just one big happy place.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me back. Well dressed.
Yeah, no, I've never done two with the same person in one day. So there's another milestone. So
There we
two
go.
podcasts in one day and self-promotion. It's all new to me. So
Absolutely.
fantastic.